Welcome to Two Guys in a Ride. Today we're going to review the 2021 Jaguar F-Pace, and this is the R Dynamic. I'll tell you about the horsepower, cargo, dimensions, and safety.
And I'll tell you about the interior, the controls, and all the technology.
Before we get started, take a minute, click that subscribe button down below.
And ring that bell notification so you never miss a video.
That's right. So, what do you say, Nate?
Let's go for a ride.
Today we're working with our friends at Maury's Jaguar Land Rover of Richfield. This is the 2021 Jaguar F-Pace R Dynamic S, and it's presented here in beautiful Hakuba Silver, and it has an ebony perforated grained leather interior with the front row performance seats, and it has an MSRP of $80,775. Now it is powered by a 3-liter Inline 6 turbocharged and electric supercharged mild hybrid gasoline engine that produces 395 horsepower and 406 pound-foot of torque, and it's driven by a ZF 8-speed automatic transmission with Jaguar Sequential Shift, and this particular version, it does have all-wheel drive. I want to take a minute and explain the difference between both those terms, all-wheel drive and full-wheel drive. They are used interchangeably, but they do not mean the same thing. You see, with an all-wheel drive system, power from the engine goes to a center differential. The center differential then sends power to each axle most all the time. They have an additional clutch pack that can vary the amount of power that goes to each axle. However, on a four-wheel drive system, power from the engine goes to a selectable transfer case, then to the rear axle. The engine will share power equally through the transfer case to both front and rear axles. Four-wheel drive systems also have a low gear range, which is why, hardcore off-roaders use four-wheel drive and not all-wheel drive when they drive their vehicles and take them for rock climbing and things like that. So now you know. Okay, let's talk about the front end. You see it has a beautiful, large, menacing black grille with the Jaguar logo front and center, and you have that 3D surround view camera, and you see it has that R Dynamic badge. It has a gloss black grille surround, and these are LED adaptive headlights with auto high beam assist and signature daytime running lights. At the very bottom of the bumper down by the splitter, you see the LED fog lights. It also does have the gloss black trim around the functional air vents in the lower outer driver's side and then the inner grills as well. And this is the S body kit, which has the special bumper, and you see there does have parking sensors and the gloss black lower bumper. Above that, I like that power dome hood. Above that, you have variable intermittent rain sensing wipers, and it has a heated solar attenuating windshield with heated washer jets. Let's take a look around the side. Along the side, these are the 20-inch 10-spoke style 1067 wheels with the gloss black turned finish, and they're wrapped in P255 55R 20 all-season tires. Now this also does have the four-wheel disc with four-wheel ABS and 14.9-inch rotors up front, 12.8-inch rear rotors, and they are vented, and they do have those beautiful, nice, shiny red calipers. This does have the adaptive dynamics with the configurable dynamic mode, and it does have front double wishbone suspension with rear multi-link suspension with coil springs. And as I said before, this is all-wheel drive, so it does have a torque vectoring differential. Now, you can see along the side here, I really do like these gloss black side vent badging with the Jag Leaper and the lower body side molding as well. It does have body colored auto dimming power fold heated mirrors with memory, and it does have the approach headlights and 3D surround camera system. I like the body colored door handles, and of course they do have the touch lock and unlock sensor. And this version, going with all the rest of the blackout, has that beautiful gloss black belt line and window trim, and the rear side windows have the privacy glass. And up top, you can see on this particular F-Pace, there are no roof rack rails, but there is the huge panoramic sunroof, and it looks really, really nice. Let's take a look around the back. Okay, out back you can see it does have that body colored roof spoiler with the high mount third brake light right up here, and that is an LED light. It is a power hands-free tailgate, and you can see it does have the privacy glass. This is a fixed window, so it doesn't pop up separately, and it does have the heated elements in it. And of course, this is an intermittent wiper and washer as well. And then down below that is beautiful gloss black Leaper Jaguar, and you can see the F-Type badge as well as the 400 badge on this side. Down below that, you have the surround view camera. These are LED taillights, and this does have that special S bumper that has the parking sensors, and it is body colored with a gloss black lower valance. And down below are the dual tailpipes with 84mm chrome finishers. Let's take a second to enjoy that exhaust note. Oh boy, that's a sweet sound, huh? Oh, this Jag, absolutely love it. Oh man, let's take a look inside. Now the second row seats are 40-20-40 folding. Now under the cargo floor, there is a temporary spare tire, and yes, there is a spare tire in this vehicle. That is an option. There's also a storage pocket with netting on the driver's side. You do have LED lighting. However, the seat release handles, I wish were back here, but they're not. You actually have to open the rear doors and use the latch on the back of the seats to lower the second row seats. It does have this nice all-season cargo floor protection as well. And speaking of cargo, max cargo volume behind the first row is 69.1 cubic feet. Max cargo volume behind the second row, as you see it here, is 33.5 cubic feet. Cargo floor length to the front row to the back sill is 71.81 inches. Cargo floor length from the second row to the sill, as you see it here, 39.57 inches. Cargo width at the belt line, 49.8 inches. Cargo width at the internal wheel houses, 41.3 inches. And the cargo opening, ceiling to the floor, if you take out this removable cover, is 30.6 inches. What are some of the safety systems available on this 21 Jaguar F-Pace? Well, you've got traffic sign recognition and adaptive speed limiter. You have emergency braking, emergency brake assist, dynamic stability control, and traction control. It has perimeter sensing alarm and immobilizer. I think that's kind of really cool. If somebody's walking up and messing with your vehicle, it can immobilize the vehicle. It also does have the lane keep assist, all surface progress control, adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning, front and rear parking aids, and so very much more. Now, what are some of the packages available on this Jaguar F-Pace? Well, you can get, and it's a good thing we're in Minnesota, you can get the cold climate package. Or let's say you're down in Phoenix, you're going to want the hot climate package. There's also a convenience pack, a load space practicality pack, and a premium upgrade interior pack. Up next, let's talk about the dimensions. Okay, front track 64.6 inches, rear track 65.1 inches. Max width 85.6 inches, overall length 186.8 inches. Height 65.8 inches, wheelbase 113.1 inches. It has a ground clearance of 8.39 inches, approach angle of 28.5 degrees, departure angle of 26 degrees, and a breakover angle of 20.8 degrees. Its curb weight is 5,730 pounds with a max payload of 986 pounds and maximum towing 5,201 pounds. curb-to-curb turning circle, 39.1 feet, and it has a fuel tank capacity of 21.7 gallons. Now let's talk about safety. Well, it's not yet been rated by either IIHS or the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, but it's in queue, so I'm sure it's coming. Performance, 0 to 65.1 seconds with a standing quarter mile in 13.1 seconds. And it has a top speed of 155 miles an hour and braking 60 to 0, 113 feet. What about its appearance? Well, I like the sleek and sexy lines with a menacing front end and bold hips that make this F-Pace look like it's always in motion, even sitting still. And dependability. Basic warranty is 5 years, 60,000 miles. Drivetrain warranty, 5 years, 60,000 miles. And complimentary maintenance, 5 years, 60,000 miles. And finally, economy, 20 city, 26 highway, and 22 combined. So, not bad for a really sporty Jag SUV, not bad at all. Now let's take a look inside, but before we do, take a look, check out the notes in the description down below, and please take a moment, give us a like, leave a comment, and don't forget, hit that subscribe button down below. So what do you say, Nate? Take it away.
And stepping on the inside, we've got this beautiful trim. I just love this look here. And of course, you've got your auto up and down, all four windows. You've got your rear window lockout. You've got your mirror controls left and right. And then you've got your on-lock and lock buttons up here, as well as a couple of your Meridian speakers right here. There are a total of 17 in the car. There are quite a bit of storage right down here, along with a bottle holder right down in there. The seats themselves are the same on both sides. They are 12-way power, and they are the sport seats. And I love this little cutout right here that says Jaguar on it. And I also love the leaper sitting right here on the headrest. Coming down below, you can see that there is some storage underneath the center console. I always love it when they leave a little extra space and make use of that down there. You do have, of course, your foot pedals down here and a nice footrest on the left, as well as your hood release right here. Coming on up, you do have a trunk release button right here. You do have your dashboard brightness and dimness controls. And then you do have the power tilt and telescope steering wheel, and that is located on the right-hand side, right there, that little knob right there. I also like the R-Dynamic sill plate right here. Love that. The dimensions in the front are as follows. There are 39.65 inches of headroom with the standard roof and 37.8 inches with the panoramic roof, 40.28 inches of legroom, 57.7 inches of shoulder room, and the step-in height is 19 inches. Now let's step in and give it a start. It is a push start. Oh, I like it. Well, good morning to you too. I like that. All right, so we're starting up here on the driver's information screen. It is a 12.3-inch digital screen, and it is configurable. And we have another video that talks about all the details in that and the infotainment system. Coming on back from this, the dash, you of course have got nice paddle shifters right here, and then of course you have your controls over here for controlling the digital driver's information screen, your phone, favorites, and voice command. And then over here on this side you have all of your cruise control, plus your lane keeping system right here. I do like the fact on the R-Dynamic S that they've got the R right on the steering wheel. It also is a heated steering wheel. All right, so moving over to the infotainment screen, this is the Pivi Pro system. It is an 11.4-inch screen. It is curved, and it is behind the scenes. It's a Meridian sound system. It has 17 speakers and 850 watts of power. It includes, of course, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Bluetooth, AM and FM radio, HD radio, and Sirius XM, as well as built-in navigation and all the benefits that come with the In Control app. Moving on down from that, we have got the climate control, which you can access in the infotainment screen, but it's all physical as well. Simple push of the seat button here will bring up all your seat heating and cooling. You've got your auto button sync. The two auto buttons do the same thing. Jaguar just puts them on both sides of the post for symmetry. And then, of course, you got your modes and your defrosters, your recirculatory, and your air conditioning. I really like the dials that Jaguar puts in. This has, so if I just rotate it, it's temperature, okay? I do like the fact, I should mention, that it has a physical sync button. Then, if you pull it, you have fan speed. If you push it, you get your heated and cooled seats. So if I rotate to the left, I get cooled seats. And then if I do it to the right, I get my heated seats. It's 3-stage heated and cooled on both sides. And both dials work the same way. Now underneath that, you do have a wireless phone charger. And coming on back from there, of course, you got your start stop. You've got your power and volume for your infotainment screen. You got your shift knob right here, along with a push for park. And then over here, you've got all of your drive modes. And this button, once you're done using it, does recess into the console. Down here, you've got, this is hill descent control and then traction control. All right, coming back here, you got a nice cover, but underneath it, you have dual cup holders. You have a pass-through as well as a slot to stick your smartphone in. And then you do have a 12-volt outlet right here. And then this is just a storage area right here behind here. Fits your key really nicely. And then the center armrest, of course, comes up. And underneath that, you have a USB-C, a USB-A, and you have another 12-volt outlet, along with some pretty deep storage, not real long, but fairly deep, and it is nicely felt lined. Up here in front of the passenger, you have a lockable glove compartment. Okay, it's got all felt lined, it's got a dampened opening, it's a fairly good size. You do have a little MOLLE strap in here as well, which I think is a nice addition. And then coming up, here you have an automatic rear view dimming mirror along with your 3 home link buttons. Up here you've got your safety systems buttons right here, and then coming back here you've got your shade control for your panoramic sunroof as well as your tilt and move forward and move back. But this also has a sensor built into it, so if I simply go like this, the shade opens. If I go like this again, either direction it stops, go forward, and it closes. I like that. The visors themselves are lit, but they are not telescoping. All right, let's step into the second row and take a look. In the second row, the dimensions are as follows. There are 38.46 inches of headroom with a standard roof, and then 37.48 inches with a panoramic roof. 37.17 inches of legroom, 55.8 inches of shoulder room, and a step-in height of 20 inches. All right, stepping into the second row, you have got, on the door, you've got a couple of your Meridian speakers, and of course your power window switch, and some storage right here, including a bottle holder. I do like the plastic that Jaguar has put on the outside of the door, just to keep it, I think it's easier to clean, and I think it looks nice. Okay, so these both seats have net pocket storage on them, and these are the performance sport seats. You have 3-stage heated seats in the rear on the outboard seats, and then you have 2 USB-Cs, and you have another 12-volt outlet right here. All right, so in the back here, with the seat adjusted to where it would be comfortable for me in the front, I've got like, you know, 3-4 inches of knee room, and I have got about another 1.5 inches of headroom. And you know, so it's quite spacious. The seat does have an armrest that just pulls out here with dual cup holders, and I always like it when they're elevated. You know, it's a good elbow length right here for the arm. So overall, quite comfortable. You also have grab handles right here. You've got a reading lamps on both sides, and then if you want to fold the seats down, there's a lever that's right in the back where you just grab it, and it's a 60-40 split, and it would just fold down.
Okay.
All right, so the seats themselves are comfortable. They are not adjustable forward and back, and you cannot tilt the back at all. That being said, they are set in a fairly comfortable position. All right, coming up next, let's go for a ride.
Okay, my turn in the F-Pace. And I have this set in dynamic mode. So one of the first things we do when we hit the highway out here, we're going to test the acceleration. And I can imagine just from being in the parking lot how that acceleration is going to feel. So let me get this one more stop out of the way, and then we'll be able to merge onto the highway and see what's going on here. Okay. All right. Here we go. Checking out the acceleration in the F-Pace. Oh boy. Oh, and I hope you can hear on the camera the sound this thing makes. Oh. Yeah, you know, we've done some videos with the some F-types, and this sounds just like that. They've got it tuned the same way, and it's a beautiful, glorious sound. Oh boy, that sounded really nice. Okay, we can talk about that for the whole rest of the drive, but no, I want to also talk about other than that, it's the sound and the quietness. It's pretty windy out there today and pretty blustery, but inside here, not at all. I can hear some of the wind, you know, blowing across, but again, it's a little blustery outside today. It's very, very quiet, very cocoon-like, and oh boy, I love these performance seats. These are great. You know, the safety systems, talked about adaptive cruise control, one of my favorites. It's got blind spot, it's got the 3D surround view camera, ABS, you name it, all the obligatory safety features that are found on modern vehicles. It's got it, and it's just, everything is so nice in here. Let's see, I want to set the cruise. There we go, and just easy as that. Awesome, I love that adaptive cruise control. Fit and finish. You know, one of the rubs on the when this was first introduced was that it was beautiful, sexy lines outside, but the inside was a little bit of a letdown. Well, they've completely revamped this dashboard. It's completely renewed and redone. The outside's been lightly refreshing, but man, this dashboard now, it's more horizontal. You got the more horizontal lines in it. It's just this big 12-inch display in the middle. It's gorgeous. It looks so good. You've got the exposed stitching. You have all the carbon fiber look. You've got the chrome pieces, all the just beautiful details inside. It really looks good, and it looks like you're now, you feel like you're driving a premium car. As we spoke to one owner, one person who did look at one of these in the past, said, you know what, it was like, oh, that's a beautiful vehicle, but then they were like, well, and it drives really, really great, but they just didn't like the view from the driver's seat. But now, yeah, now they're sold on it, and they agree with us. We agree with them. It is an absolutely beautiful vehicle. I like it. First time I've ever gotten to actually drive a Jag, and I've been kind of fond of this, the look of the F-Pace. Now after getting to drive it and experience it, yeah, I'm sold. It's a great car. Well, that's our review of the 2021 Jaguar F-Pace R Dynamic S, and we appreciate you spending some time with us. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and please click on that subscribe button down below. Thanks for watching.